What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of NevaeH Shattered Memories. I just realized I don't know how I've been fucking that up when it literally plays right before I say hello. Anyways, hello everyone. Say hi, players.
Players, I don't know, man.
Players.
That's a
That's
mystery.
why it's funny. That's specifically why it's funny.
ADHD brain. I'm too busy looking at the next thing to click to transition scenes instead
Yeah.
of what it actually says on there. But I'm so over prepared today that that's just not an issue. Anywho. Um, Hey, I was gonna say Deontay's gonna be here any minute now, and literally he walks in with a fresh haircut. Damn, look at your gentrified ass haircut. I'm happy for you. We'll get into that later.
We can't take you nowhere.
That is three
There's
subs
another sub.
that I will be dropping at a point
I
in
mean,
this
ooh.
episode. So
Oh, yes.
as a heads
I
up,
do see 3 subs in this call.
all of the let's stay on track, people. Let's stay on track. Deontay, your mic is muted and probably off. Make sure the door is closed, please.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We will be having some unique, different effects added on to the effects you're normally used to for all the trauma rolls, thanks to the state of the world all of a sudden. So why don't we go ahead and talk about it? What happened last episode?
Bullshit.
A lot. Yeah, we were touring around the city and talking to Liam about what's going on and what needs to happen. And Levi showed up and told us some other stuff and was messing with us and trying to, tell us what was going on. We met Lucy, and then we found he wanted to show us this machine. The machine.
Extracts and sorts and filters magic. And he was going to try to take the eldritch magic from the relic out of Deontay, or out of Olafir. B tried
Lucy
to jump
was
in the
a
chair as a volunteer.
and
Lucy was like,
realized
maybe
very fast.
you don't. And then, walked her back over to the group.
Said, how about you
Um,
don't see?
And then when Olafir ruined the machine,
Let's not point fingers. Oliver didn't ruin anything. When they started the experiment, and I felt my life literally draining out of me as the eldritch energy was coming out. My sword was getting kind of weird about it, and I was like, "No, stop! I don't want to do it." And they're like, "Stop the machine!" So we stopped it. It goes back into my hand, and it actually cuts me this time. So it's become more sword than eldritch. It took about 12 something percent, some low
15%, yeah.
15%. And it was like, okay, that's fine. They're like, we have to recalibrate. We'll see you guys in an hour. Raven was going to have a conversation with Lucy for some stuff. And then they were like, we can talk about that later after dinner. And then the machine explodes. The doorway that was leading towards the eldritch, or that had the eldritch energy coming out of it, there were a couple doors that were there.
Did the machine explode then? I don't think the machine exploded then. The door exploded. The eldritch door exploded.
Yeah, because Lucy was a
Big
double
important
agent.
difference. So was Little Miss Marley K, revealed
but
that she is in fact Onyx's sister.
Hang on, real quick. Do me a favor, Marley K. Can you tell me what your character's actual name is?
Michaela.
Marley K. Michaela. You didn't. Okay, I'll just say the hints were there.
I did
It's
not
fine.
get it.
Go on.
We didn't expect the hint to go that far, to be honest. But
Yeah,
I might have been a double agent, but I did stand up to my boss in front of everyone. Was hit in the back during the stand up, but that's fine. That's fair. I did look dangerous. I wasn't hit in the back by the boss. I was hit in the back by the Fae guy over there. But the
that
boss
got changed.
did not.
No, you didn't. That got changed. That was one of the fate rolls that got changed.
No,
No.
me pulling up my wraith got changed.
the wraith
He
got
still hit me
my
in the
apologies.
back.
I thought
I turned my back and he went slice, and I was like,
But before we got there, the door exploded and it allowed Halo to come through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's important because now that's how Halo got here.
Yeah, because Lucy was a double agent.
Lucy wasn't Lucy.
Correct.
Lucy was Alice.
Correct.
The whole time. The entire time. He revealed that whenever she broke Lucy's glasses.
I missed that.
That was Umbral Alice and Astral Alice, who used to be Melian, came through the door behind Halo.
Mhm.
And then those two said, if you really want to kill our mother, do it like this. And then forced Blades to cross through Halo, fucking absolutely murdered her, then broke the machine that was sorting and filtering the magic, and the world went white.
Yep.
And that's what you missed last time on Dragon Ball Z.
Wait, no, we forgot that precious baby boy Liam is dead.
He's
And
Oh
not
yeah,
dead.
Oh,
no,
man.
Just
no. I healed
got
him,
that.
so he's kind of alive.
fine, probably.
He's alive
also an
somewhere.
immortal, so
I mean, I guess his brother is gone. Lucy wasn't really Lucy.
brother's
His
not
brother went to
gone.
go
He just went to
drinking
another part of
down.
town. Like, he went to a different room.
Levi is
Well, we
elsewhere.
screen white.
Levi is elsewhere. Liam was healed enough to survive and is elsewhere
Yeah.
now. And Lucy, we have no idea if or when she
No clue
was
where she
replaced, if she's alive, if she's dead. We'll just have to see what happens there. Totally unrelated, but when I smile like this, it makes me look like an
bad.
evil like character.
Yeah,
It
you
makes
look a
you
little
look like you're
weird.
about to like plot something.
Yeah, exactly.
Look like you got a crazy Asian smile.
Yeah, a little bit. I am.
Well,
You mean
crazy
you're not doing that
face.
on purpose?
You mind opening the door and the window? It just feels.
Not
stuffy.
always.
Drink some water. Water check, everyone. So we do have 4 rolls that we are definitely going to do. There is a point in time in this story that it's going to happen, but if I don't feel like the story is going in that direction, I will slowly start trickling them in. So be on the lookout for when I say your name, audience and viewers, to make sure we deliver that roll to the right person that you want it to go to. For Cole's and for Capri's, yours will be decided with the random d6 because you're players. Do we have any questions before we begin?
Is this gonna hurt?
Yes. Badly.
Which hurt? Like that's a.
Emotional damage.
I don't think we're gonna go straight to emotional damage.
Okay, cool,
I think
cool.
you still have some time for that.
I mean,
got time
you
for
did
that.
just reveal that's your sister.
Yeah, but like, who
Yeah.
doesn't
You guys
have
haven't
some family
hashed it out
trauma?
yet because we've been in the in between.
Because we've both been dead, but like,
We're not
it's cool.
dead. We're not dead.
Well, the both of us that we knew
Yeah.
were dead. So now we're meeting each other, new people.
Okay. All right, folks. Without any further ado, let us begin.
Get it?
Oh, that's actually the wrong map. Wow.
Mm.
One of these
The
is
music
correct.
is.
Ah, there we go.
I gave my nerve endings a tingle.
There are flashes of light and darkness around you for what feels like minutes. Doesn't feel like much time has elapsed at all for you. The energy of the explosion has washed over you so fast and so brisk that you feel almost unfazed by it entirely. The rest of the world was not so fortunate. As the white light finally starts to fade, you find yourselves in a cute little village in the brightest of daylight. I will show it on the screen for your viewing pleasure. Transform, stretch the screen. Ta-da!
Aw. That's cute.
I don't trust it. Burn the whole place down.
You're gonna hear some random dings while I get rid of some old assets. My apologies. You're not entirely sure where you are in the world, where this magic has sent you to, but you can tell aesthetically that you're not back in time or super far in the future or something crazy having happened, but how much time has elapsed and what the state of the world is in the wake of Halo being killed and all of that magic that was being filtered and contained, being erupted and sent everywhere. It's felt. The village itself looks like it's rebuilding itself, almost like it went through a war or was used as an outpost and destroyed, and is finally picking itself up off of its hind legs and moving forward. There are people outside sweeping the dirt path to keep it clear of debris, tending to horses, making sure carriages are fine. There's a couple of stables. There's a couple of vendors that are out kind of trying to sell whatever food or wares it may have. The village itself doesn't seem to have any real staples. No inn, no church, no cathedral, no orphanage. Just a small place in the middle of somewhere where people live.
Did we land on our feet?
You landed in the exact same positions you were in before. So, Oliver, you are slowly getting up off of the ground with Raven beside you. Gabby, you were hunched over, or Marley was hunched over Liam, and you're still in that position. Adriana, I don't remember where you were, but I believe Adriana, Beatrix, and Mara are all standing to face off against Halo.
Yeah.
And you're still standing beside each other.
And I assume if we had our weapons drawn, those would still be out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I put my sword away. We're gonna start there.
I'm gonna sheath the big scary sword.
Did any villagers notice us appear out of all of a sudden?
Yes, a couple people are definitely looking at you.
Shit.
In curiosity, like what the hell's going on here? What's this
Fair
weird
enough.
spectacle?
Can we approach those specific, or I'm going to approach those specific people
Okay.
because they already know that something's fucked up.
Mhm.
Like,
as you're approaching them, one comes out who's a little bit older. He's got some grays and stuff. It's kind of salt and peppered in his hairstyle. He's got long pointy ears. He's definitely elven. And he looks at you and he goes, "Good evening, sir."
good evening. Would you mind telling us where we are?
Well, our village doesn't have a name per se, but I can tell you that you are definitely in Asaria, if that's of any help.
It does help.
About northeast of here is the Orkwoods, where plenty of people are. But barring that, we've kind of just been refugees, pulling ourselves together.
I'm gonna approach from the short distance that I was away. Pulling yourselves back together from what?
He kind of looks at you a little confused and he goes, with all due respect, you all just appeared from a beam of light.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to ask a few questions before I give any more answers. We're settlers.
Certainly.
Understandable.
Where have you all been that you don't know what's happened in the last few months?
Months?
Not here apparently.
What is the date? What month is
I'm
it?
gonna be honest, date-wise, like I've never put an actual physical calendar to this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we just use
I mean, like you could just be like,
It's
definitely
Wednesday.
not June.
Time of
Like,
year.
yeah, I can do that. I can do it based off of the seasons. It would definitely be actually funny enough. It would be about April May time frame because you guys were celebrating the solstice at the end of January. So
May
Yeah,
15th.
okay.
yeah, so February plus 3 months, March, April, May. Yeah, end of April, early May type of weather and stuff like that. Aesthetically.
Okay.
I didn't plan for that, but that's cool that it happened.
That's weird. We were in Ortalis last.
And he goes, "Whoa, you're a long way from home. How did you get here?" Oh, I'm guessing beam of light teleported somehow, but you
I'm going with magic explosion.
magic
You
explosion.
know, your guess was pretty good.
Magic explosion would
Magic
explain the
explosion is
amnesia.
pretty close. The amnesia.
You're a smart guy.
Oh, about what happened.
He
Correct.
goes, right. Well,
We just kind of
Yeah, we have no idea what's been going on.
No.
Apparently, we just saw you guys rebuilding. I don't.
here's there was a huge burst of light, not like yours, but more like someone threw up the rainbow, and it It seemed like the continent of Ortalis was an aurora borealis, a spectacle. And over time, over the following days, that light spread further and further and closer to Asaria. And when it finally reached, it overlapped everything in the blink of an eye. Then the sky split open. That part wasn't too fun. Luckily, we've had the foundation since then. But after the sky split open, there were doppelgangers all around us, and people tried to make peace with another them existing. Didn't go so well.
Who's the foundation? Or what's the foundation, rather?
He goes, well, to my knowledge, they're as old as time itself. You've never heard of the foundation?
Never.
It's the church.
Did,
Forgive us for asking so many questions. We're clearly frazzled.
He goes, of course, of course. Other people have kind of like walked off at this point. But this guy's kind of, he's not a leader or anything, just he knows shit, so he's just hanging out with you.
Can I make a religion check to see if I know anything about the history of that?
Mhm.
17.
Nope.
yeah, I'm not even going to check. I know Addie doesn't know about the foundation. She has never heard of this before. And Cole has a theory why. But
at a character level, there's at least 3 of you. Definitely 2 of you who should absolutely know, but at least 3 of you who would pretty much know.
I was gonna say, I think I'm one of the 3 . So
Yeah, I was telling him before, I was like, this sounds so familiar,
Right, I'm like,
and I don't know why. Wait a second.
He goes,
Okay.
well, the foundation came and they stopped the fighting. They stopped the bloodshed, and in its wake, people have moved on. Some whose doppelgangers are still alive. They've separated. Families were split. It's kind of strange. Are you cheating if it's still your partner but a different version of them? I don't know.
I mean, does it matter if they're better in bed?
These are not questions I dare to find answers to. I just know that
Okay.
enough violence and bloodshed took place. There was famine. There was basically a civil war. After the foundation came in and set a foundation, people went about their lives. New structural integrity was in place for the chaos. It's been good. It's been strict, but it's been good.
Marley kind of walks up between Adriana and Maro's legs, like in between them, and up to the guy and is like, are there any, like, you said it's a religion, so are there any priests or anything that's stationed out this way, or did they just come and help and left?
Every settlement, to my knowledge, including our own, has a cleric that helps people that are trying to get indoctrinated. There are stronger staples of this foundation in churches that had been long since abandoned. Some people have defected from other religions, Virtues Viridians, Nerobalans, etc., and given up their place of worship as well for the sake of the foundation. It's kind of hard not to when your god is proven.
Well, understandable. Do you mind pointing me to the way of finding them? I just would like to have a chat
He goes, of
and
course,
see.
right over this way. He points like down the way, and you can see what looks like the makings of like a library being built with a lot of books that are kind of like a donation pile, kind of slowly stacking up. And right next to it's a really small building. It'd be no bigger than like a studio apartment. He goes, you head over in that direction there, you'll find the cleric.
She looks back over to B and is like, do you want to join me?
Sure, can I lock elbows with you again? Or is it weird because we know who we are now?
I'll hold your hand. And she like holds her hand out to me. B.
Addie, do you want to come with us? Because Claire and all, you might be able to get some information where we can't.
a cleric too.
Well, yeah, but
But I'm gonna see if there are people that need help.
okay. I'll let you know what we find out. Anybody else want to join?
Mero's going to decide to go with Addie.
Miro, as you go to take a step, there's like a flash of Fey energy all around you. And for a moment, you can once again see the war between the Sealy Court and the Unsealy Court displaying as if it was overlapping the city. And then by the time you even pivot a little bit, it's gone.
Mero's just gonna look around, just let out a sigh and walk towards Addie. I'm not gonna say anything to anyone.
You good, dude?
Let's go.
Riley and B start walking away towards the
What's
library.
Raven and Olive here up to?
As far as that religion check being rolled for, I got a 19 on that.
You know nothing.
Nothing. That's correct.
Nothing, Jon Snow.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of look at Raven and okay, first off, we were there, but now we're here. Everything's gone to shit and reset itself, I think, and there were doppelgangers and there's a lot of stuff going on. And I'm gonna kind of try to manifest my Eldritch Blade to see if it's still there.
It doesn't show up. And you actually feel like it's not there at all.
I got a feeling. With this whole magical whiteout that happened and then recombination of everything, the sword is gone.
Well, I don't know magic very well.
Neither do I.
Mero is gonna stop walking as he hears that and tell Ollie that I have an extra longsword if he wants it.
Hold on to it for now, but I appreciate it.
I'm gonna roll a quick d6 to decide somebody's fate. Y'all continue.
Why would you do that to me?
Oh Lord.
Okay. So that I'm not the dumbest in the group, and also to make sure that nothing happens to them, I'm gonna go with B and Marley. Just in case something happens. So I'm gonna start going towards their direction. If you're gonna go with the other two, let's make sure that nothing happens to them, and then kind of run to go catch up to the smaller ones.
And then Raven just nods and she follows behind Mari.
As soon as you go to take a step, Raven.
Also, we got small legs, Oliver. You ain't catching up that slowly.
I took 2 steps and I'm right with you.
Yeah, you're right on target.
They've been running for 40
14.
seconds.
This is Cole's donation. Thank you, Cole. Raven.
What are friends for?
Yes.
I can't say their name because it hasn't been revealed yet, but blank enemies recognize you as one of their kin until you take a short rest or a day has passed. If you have died, it will be blank instead.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's ghetto. I love it.
So we don't know if that's helpful or not. Hopefully it is for you.
That's very ominous.
I think it will be.
If they see her, oh boy.
That was either a really good roll or a really bad roll.
We'll find out. Okay, so we're splitting the party up. Love it. We're gonna start with.
Here we go.
Why do we never stick together?
Because we're the Scooby-Doo gang. We gotta go investigate everything.
So for Adriana, Mara,
Okay.
and Raven, is there anything in particular y'all want to do? Y'all said you just want to generically help. Was there something?
Marrow has an intelligence of 8, and he just chooses not to be around the books. I'd rather go with the person that's going to do the other thing.
Respect.
Like, just being honest.
Raven is specifically trying to find out what city this used to be.
Gotcha.
And I'm
she has an
looking
idea.
to speak with as many people as possible while also providing aid because they're basically refugees.
Gotcha. Okay. So what
what
I'd like
Addie
you guys
does.
to do is I'd like you guys to generically write down 0 to 3 questions, and then I'll answer those questions based off of what NPCs have given you. I'll let you ask the question and then roll, and then that base roll will determine, with no modifiers, the base roll will determine the nature of the answer you've gotten from an NPC somewhere. While you guys are working on your rolls, I will handle the book people.
Tisha should call our group 2 halves and a whole man.
Yes!
Oh man, what is that,
Two
like a
halves
spin-off
and a
of
whole.
3.5 Men? Just like
It's great.
It worked so well.
Or 3/5 halfling.
2 halflings in a trench coat.
So as we're walking towards like, where are we going? Like church or like a library
Or the
area?
library.
Towards the library. As we're going towards the library, I kind of look at the two, and I'm like towering over them, of course. And it's like, okay, I'll be honest with you. I don't know much about any of the magic stuff, which is obvious. That's why I just hit things. But I also don't want to be the dumbest one in the group. So I figured act as bodyguard, but also get some type of knowledge so I can kind of help you guys out. Also, and I kind of show them my hand, my Eldritch Blade that used to come out very conveniently doesn't come out anymore. So that definitely something that I want to kind of figure out because I was going to turn into an Eldritch Horror and now I'm not. And
Well, I wouldn't rule it out. We don't know, like, what power is still in you, if in any of us. So you might still become an Eldritch Horror. It's just dormant right now. Plus, have you done any, like, introspection to try and talk to it? You said you used to have conversations in your head to it.
He didn't really talk much to me. It was more so if I wasn't swinging him, he really didn't care. So, there's that. But I don't think the sword even exists anymore for me to even pretend to do that. Oh,
Well, we're going towards the library. We can find a book or two.
Hopefully so. I'm gonna kind of like run a little bit forward to like go towards the library just to make sure that everything looks good. So I want to make sure I'm taking care of the youngsters.
We're small. We're not young.
we're not
Yeah.
young, we're just short.
I think you guys are comparatively older than I am, so it makes sense.
We're half elves, yeah.
They're not half elves.
We just got
But
a one
halflings are
roll
half
for dear old
No.
Marley.
That's crazy.
What? I'm being
walking
picked on because I'm
over, I was
short.
like, well,
Hey, Ollie.
I can't tell you the effects of that quite yet, Marley, because again, they've changed. And for the record, in case you're keeping track, they're going to change again and again and again until something in-game happens to stabilize it. So every episode after this, anticipate that you will have 20 completely different roles, or roles with completely different additional effects. For example, this one, which I can't tell you yet. So we'll just have to see what happens. You guys do successfully make it, however, to the small building next to the pile of books in the structure of the would-be library.
Is there someone that looks like they might be in holy garb?
You're gonna knock?
I'll knock on the
We
door.
gotta knock at the door.
You're still outside. There's nobody outside that looks like that.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was trying to get a feel for if there was anybody outside. I'm gonna that on the door.
Before you get to the the door opens. Come in.
I follow after the small one.
Hello?
There's a man sitting in a chair writing something. He looks like this. It's on the screen.
Good for him.
He looks at you and he goes, no pact, no bond, no art, and no brand.
Are you saying that to all of us, or just to her, as she points to Beatrix?
No
can-
introduction either.
Sense the lack of faith within all three of you. Are you here to be indoctrinated?
Yeah. Well, we're
I'd
here
like to
to
be sold
understand.
on it first.
I'm here to understand. I kind of feel like I'm going through some sort of an amnesia. I feel like I don't know what's happened in the last season.
He smirks. Yes, of course. Acquitted excuses must work on the regular populace. If that'll be all, then I have no interest in selling you the truth. Find it for yourself.
Sir, and I'm gonna kind of like step forward. I have been traveling with these two for a while, and I fear that I won't be able to protect them as much as I want to, because again, like you said, there's no real higher power that I've really set myself up with. But I really do want to have that extra, uh, what's the word I'm looking for? Religious help, I guess, in case something happens, just so I can
Mm.
make sure I protect my friends.
Spiritual guidance? Question mark?
Yeah.
He nods his head and he
Enlightenment?
holds his hand out and he goes, "Give me your wrist."
Okay. And I'm gonna give him the hand where the sword used to come out of.
Okay. And he takes your wrist like that, and then he immediately turns it over, and you just roll a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Why is it always you? Oh,
Because he
Something
touches
tradition.
every.
Somebody.
I mean,
Curse the
he
fucking
is a
lake.
barbarian.
14.
Damn. Your wrist starts to burn, as if somebody took. How to explain this? As if somebody took like a vacuum and put it on your wrist and just started pulling and trying to suck out your blood. Um, he lets go and the pain immediately stops. You're taking 14 points of damage.
And
Fuck me.
That's not because of what you rolled. We've actually matched rolls.
Oh, that's fine.
And he looks and he goes, and it appears you are a liar as well. If that is all.
No,
is there,
I genuinely meant that. I
You
don't know why
don't
you call me a
genuinely
liar.
mean that.
Why
One
would
without
that?
faith cannot suddenly find it. What do you
Hence me
believe?
saying that I believe in protecting my friends and trying to fix
Exactly.
all the things that are
Protecting your friends is not the nature of a higher power. You come here with wishes of power that gods cannot give you. You come here wishing to be
good.
sold on a story you yourself wouldn't believe. You come
I'm
here feigning amnesia when realistically you know everything you need to know. Just because
gonna
you aren't
stand.
aware of what's happened in the world doesn't mean your mind has forgotten where you've been. You all ought to learn your place before walking into a place of worship.
I'm gonna
Shame
tower
on
over
you.
this man. Listen here, sir. I
Ollie,
understand.
He looks at you and
stop.
he definitely casts something and he goes, "Sit down. I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw."
I am not Inuyasha. You are not about to sit boy me. So
Much as popcorn, yes. It's going to
19.
be a bad time today.
You're sitting down.
Wow.
You all see Ollie immediately just sit down. He's still mad and everything, but he just like and sits down.
Oh, damn. Everybody learning their place today.
It just makes no sense. We came in here trying to get genuine answers, and you decide to be
Ollie,
bigoted.
stop. Take a deep breath. Sir, I apologize for the disrespect. Is there a text or something that I can review? Because clearly none of us understand anything about the foundation, and that's why we came here to get information, because we don't. When I said amnesia is because I don't know what's going on in the world right now. I just know what happened before we ended up here. That's all I know.
I'm gonna turn to Marley before he gives her a response. I'm like, I don't know why she's apologizing for me. I don't need to apologize. I did nothing wrong. He's the one that made me sick.
Marley kind of like
veins.
grabs him by the horns and then slowly rakes her hands into his hair. Just like, pet, calm down. It's okay. It's okay.
He looks at you, Beatrix, and he goes, The Foundation is not one to turn away a curious eye, but a deceitful one will not get any peace, within or outside the Foundation. Ask your questions, ask them genuinely, and answers are what you shall receive. But skepticism, denial, and trickery will get you nowhere.
I just want to hiss at him.
How long has the Foundation existed, and what was its original religion?
The Foundation has always been the Foundation. It has been around since what some would consider the beginning of time, though it was some thousands of years ago when those who believed and practiced the ways of the Foundation solidified into a group known as the Foundation.
Okay. And is there a headquarters or a main place of
Church?
worship? Or I've heard from the townsfolk that you guys are more missionary or so, from what I can understand, as you travel.
We have
With
many temples that have bishops, clerics, knights, and the latter. However, there is no headquarters or singular base in mind. We are nomadic in that aspect. We take up residence where we are needed until we are no longer needed, and our practices stay cemented.
It sounds like you help people from what the villagers said. Is there a text or a code or something you guys go by? Like, what is the belief based on, I guess?
The belief of being a part of the Foundation is the belief in oneself. And that belief is deeply rooted within your very veins. The core of who you are, you cannot hide from. The magics that we practice, and those who can endure them, are sewn into that very same belief. Hence why your friend here sought after otherworldly power, when in reality, they did not seek the Foundation.
So it's much like intent based?
There's an aspect of it that is deeply rooted in intention.
Not related to the Foundation, but are the original texts still within this library? At least what could be recovered, I imagine, because there's been obviously some disorder.
The original texts have been saved in a citadel. They are being transcribed by one and one alone, so as not to have any errors or defects. Copies
Very
have not
efficient.
reached the settlements that exist, but different towns where outposts exist for the Foundation, you may find some.
Thank you. Is it okay if I look around this library for help with our horned friends issue? I think that's where most of his anger lies, as she pats him on the head again.
All the
'Cause
books
he's
have been
pissed.
donated. You're free to look and take as you see fit.
Marley is gonna go. Is it like a library, or have
No.
they completely fitted it out
No,
to
they're
a
building a
to church?
library next to this building,
Oh,
and there's
okay.
a giant pile of books that have been donated.
Okay. She's gonna try to go over to those books for now, and
Okay, while you're doing
look
that, Beatrix,
for Eldritch shit.
Oliver, you guys got more?
Can I get up?
Yeah.
Kind of stand up and kind of like dust myself off, give him like one more like little look, and then go over to the pile.
Oh, before you go, he looks at you and he goes, "My one-horned friend, I can fix that if you like."
Can you fix it, or is the Foundation the one that's going to fix it? I'm going to turn around and go towards the pile. I'm going to roll an Arcana to see if I can find any magical mumbo jumbo coming out of this pile of books.
Go for it.
Thank you for the information. I'm sure I'll have more questions at a later date. But my name's Beatrix. I didn't catch yours, or how to address you.
we forego our names with the Foundation. Those who are wholly devout do not believe that the status of a name is necessary when the status of being a part of the Foundation. I am simply a cleric of the Foundation.
Get a load of this
Okay.
guy.
Yeah.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, Sir Cleric.
I'm gonna check on the other three. If you guys have been helping the town, you can see everyone's really friendly. They're helping each other build things, regardless of whatever their jobs were in previous lives, or not lives, but like in previous months,
Times? Yeah.
previous times, yeah. In these troubling times, the kids themselves are also trying to pitch in, planting stuff. Some of the older kids are like chopping big wood into smaller wood, and stuff like that. And there's a real sense of community, though at the same time you sense that this aspect of community really comes from an aspect of loss, and that their efforts to build is much more in efforts to rebuild, both internally and externally. I'm gonna let you merry-go around your questions one at a time. So Adriano, give me one. Mario, give me one. Raven, give me one, and then just keep going like that.
Okay. Just talking to a generic NPC, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Where were you guys from before you ended up here?
Go ahead and roll a dice.
Oh, D20, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do I add anything to?
Nope.
Damn it! Well, it's a 4.
The man that you're talking to kind of looks at you and he goes, "Listen, all due respect, don't think anyone really wants to get into their past. It's kind of not why we're here." And he moves like a big piece of lumber and gets back to work. Morrow.
What changes, if any, did the I guess sky explosion have on the general populace? Like, are they afflicted with some type of out of
I'm
character,
saying, wait a minute.
like
Are you asking me
debuff?
out of character questions, or did you write down in character
Well,
questions?
no, it's an in character question. I'm asking the guy. Could he notice, like, okay, for instance, I know there's not going to be a plague, but the sky exploded. Is there effect on the people? Do they feel different?
Gotcha.
Are
Okay,
the people
yeah.
getting sick? Is there
Go ahead
a
and
fever going
roll a
around?
d20.
Is there 12?
This is a different person. Someone that you're helping kind of just lay bricks, with the makeshift like cement, and he kind of goes, it's rumored that people who killed their doppelgangers had a sense of completeness that they didn't have before, almost like memories or something like that that they didn't have. They didn't know they were missing, but then couldn't live without afterwards. Knowledge and expertise changed. It was weird. Didn't matter in the long run. They were murderers, you know. Didn't really matter
Hmm.
who the person is. You really shouldn't kill. But
That's what my counter question was going to be. Was you mean to tell me that our current world puts an incentive on murdering people? Interesting.
is that your second question, or are you just saying that?
No, that was just my rebuttal to his
Gotcha.
answer.
Okay, Raven.
Just making conversation. That's all.
Right.
How far from Estelion are we?
There's a woman who's definitely um, stitching something together, and kind of wrapping it around, uh, like not arm guards. What are those things called? The hilt of a sword, but it's not a sword. It's like axes and other stuff just to help people like protect their hands while they're out there working.
Mhm.
And she goes, roll the dice.
19.
She goes, Stellion? Oh man, I've been there in months. I think they got hit with everything first, but it was really just a precursor, I guess. I don't know. They're pretty much due west of us.
Interesting.
Adriana.
Sorry. My drink decided to make a mess. What do you guys know about the Foundation?
Real quick, Lava Monster, you haven't told me who you want your dice roll to go to.
They said Cole on the chat above. Originally.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Just making sure.
That was
I'm
a
just gonna
16.
Casually press that button right now, and that's a 15. What was your question again?
What can you guys tell me about the Foundation? Your role makes me scared, okay?
There's a person that's like just breaking big piles of rocks into little piles of rocks. And like mid swing, his pickaxe just breaks and shatters. And he looks at you and he goes, I have a feeling that maybe we shouldn't talk about it. And he throws it down into the ground and he goes, that was weird. You're not part of the church, are you?
I've never heard of them.
That's weird. Everyone has.
Well, we kind of haven't been around for, I think, a couple months.
He goes, Well, yeah, they've kind of always been around. Their magic helps people, keeps people honest. There's been a lot of peace since then. It's different, but it works. Can't complain. Morrow.
Who is the current head or of this church, or rather, what's the current, I guess, state of government? I guess would be the right word after all of this has happened and as it's resolved. Is the Foundation kind of pseudo in charge? Are they the government now, or what's?
There's a man that's like stoking a flame and they're putting in wood and other materials that have been broken down just to kind of decompose them and turn them into ash. And he, go ahead and roll the dice.
13.
He looks and he goes, you mean like novellas and shit? Man, they've been long gone. Rumor has it, after the daughter disappeared, the rest of the family kind of just went nuts. In the presence of doppelgangers, they didn't make it out, tell you that much. That definitely destabilized things for a time. Bank of Navalis is still a thing, and apparently people can make withdrawals, which is cool and all, but I don't really see the point these days. No matter. Foundation doesn't really run things. They just show up, help, and what they put in place stays in place.
So who's in charge?
Next question, Raven.
So, what was the state of Estelion before you all came here?
There's a this is a young adult, maybe like 19 or 20. It's filling up big canteens of water to go deliver to some people that are working on like digging a huge trench. And he goes, oh, can't say for sure. Last that I heard, the sky split open and everything kind of got mixed and muddled. Can't lie, the same thing happened everywhere since then, so when it's all said and done, I guess it's all the same now, right? Go ahead and roll your dice.
That's a 9.
He looks and he goes, why do you want to know so much about Estelion? Weren't you just talking to that person over there?
Where I'm from. More or less.
Then you should already know. Adriana, your question.
What's magic been like these days? Is it doing weird things, that kind of thing? Nat 20.
Nice.
Figured I'd roll while I ask. You're gonna ask for it anyway.
There's
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and roll for mine.
there's an older woman who's kind of watching like a bunch of kids that are playing, the younger kids, like 7, 8, and 9 in age range, and she goes, "Well, magic's been fine, I guess. There are definitely people who, well, I guess fine is a particular word. Your level of control over magic is still your level of control over magic. That's never changed. But the world's involvement with how you cast is different depending on what you're capable of. The more powerful you are, the more connected you are to the world now. Despite this, we haven't had any weird, rises to power or anything like that. The foundation really keeps things in place. Morrow.
With the current way of life, is there anything that we should know specifically to avoid, like what not to do?
What did you roll?
A 13.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say that you're talking to just somebody with a hammer hammering nails of a fashion into some structure. I don't know. I'm running out of ways to build things. I don't play enough Sims. And he he kind of stops mid swing and he kind of looks at you and he goes, "You're not in the church, are you?"
Absolutely not. I don't think that I'd be curious if I didn't know. It just
He goes, "Well,
obvious."
if there's something you want to avoid, it's not being in the church. Because one way or the other, you will be punished for your sins." Raven.
Interesting.
Raven's just gonna look at him. And what would be a sin, per se?
I'm not imagining that y'all are near each other.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Alright, Raven's just gonna ask. By chance, is the Foundation based out of Ortalis?
Go ahead and roll. How much you get?
13.
This lady who's clearly a teacher of some sort, raises her head and looks up to you and she goes, oldest recollection from people is that it came from Kalen.
Fucking called that. I knew it was Blood Oath. I'm gonna kick the wall. Sorry.
I love him, monster.
Right. Thank you for your time.
That concludes all 3 of your questions. So as you guys meet back up, you'll have the opportunity to talk amongst one another. I do want to hop back to the others and see where they're at before they come and meet up with you guys as well. I will give Town Helping Group a moment again before they catch up in case there's anything that you'll want to share amongst yourselves. So I'll give you right now to plot that while I talk to them. Book group. What's going on?
Yeah.
Your Arcana check yields nothing. All of these books are non-magical.
Okay.
I wanted to do, what is it?
You were looking
Not
for a medicinal
insight.
book to help his horn?
No, an investigation for an Eldritch book or something about Eldritch magic to help Oliver out. I was going to do an investigation. All right, that's a 10, so I found an ABC coloring book.
As you're looking through the books for Eldritch and you're looking so profusely, you can hear something in the back of your head say, "Stop." It does
She
not
kinda
sound human.
That's crazy because I was just about to roll to see, like, an investigation, to see if I can find something Eldritch related as well.
Go for it.
Let the intrusive thoughts win.
I don't know if I want that to, like, talk to me.
Go ahead.
Marley Opie.
Yeah, Onyx, you had a question, or was it Beatrix, or?
Well, yeah, Beatrix was gonna look through the books to see if she could find any information about the Foundation. Like maybe there's a history book about it, or maybe there just something of the nature to get a better understanding. Because I don't necessarily feel like he's telling me everything.
Totally fair. Go ahead and roll a see investigation, see what you find. What'd you get, Oliver?
18.
Which one?
18.
18.
Yes, sir.
You successfully find nothing, but there's a voice in the back of your head as well, a little bit more aggressive, that goes, "Stop." It once again doesn't sound human.
Who are you? What do you mean stop? And I'm gonna start digging through the pile a bit more aggressively so I can hear it speak to me again. Just listen
When
through.
Marley hears all of here, she looks over and was like, it goes, "You heard that too?"
I sure did, and quite frankly, I want to know who the hell's talking to me or what the hell is. And I'm like,
She like
cleric-
grabs his hands and stops him and is like, "No, we don't mess with Eldritch like this."
listen, quite frankly, we don't know what the hell's going on here. The whole world basically reset, and the only type of anything that I have to go off of is based on what you told me in the sense of there might still be something eldritch. The fact that I heard it makes a lot of sense. You hearing
Yeah,
it, a
but
little
you
concerning.
just said it, darling. The world's a little messed up. What if the magic that you have now is not Eldritch? What if it's a different type? And what if something that's trying to talk to you doesn't like it? And something
Well,
that's trying to
also
talk to me, trying to help you, is also in my head. So if we could just pause.
I'm gonna try and talk to the voice again. Well, hey, if you don't want us to look for it, then what should we look for? Because quite frankly, nobody that has any type of sense of what's going on in
Can
this
you
world
help
As
is
you're
telling
me?
me what's
saying
going
this
on.
rambling, I just want you to pause, and I want you to continue the rambling in a moment. Just pause it right there. What did you get, Onyx?
An 8.
Okay, with your 8, you don't find anything except the picture. I'm about to DM you.
Secret pictures don't make real life friends.
They found it.
Well,
I don't know what else to tell you.
then look for a picture then, fool.
In an old book full of a lot of religious information that you're already aware of, this falls out, and it looks like it was ripped out at some point, and like somebody tried to put it back, and it just falls out of the book. There's nothing else in that book or in the rest of the pile that says anything about it, but there is that symbol, and you cannot connect it to any other religion.
Oh, girl.
Can I want to roll to see if she notices any symbolism in it.
Nope.
Like,
She wouldn't be able to identify it.
okay. Well, okay.
I think that at best you would be able to see. I won't have you roll for it because this is just your passive perception would give you this information. Within the symbol I just sent you, there is engravings similar to all the rest of the religions you are familiar with.
Naughty, naughty.
Oliver, as you are rambling, you
Like
suddenly aren't where you are.
Like, I just really don't get where the fuck.
Oliver, where'd he go?
Right before you, so Oliver is still there physically for you, but you
Okay.
can no longer see the room that you are in. And standing right in front of you is, not standing, but floating right in front of you is your sword, and it's got that black flame flowing all over it. You do know that the voice that was telling you to stop is not the sword.
Huh. I'm assuming you brought me here as some type of warning or to possibly execute me for letting them take some of your power, which I do apologize for. But where are we?
The sword's black flames grow brighter and brighter until you can no longer see the sword, and it's just the black flames fully engulfing. And then they shoot out, and they go into your ears, your eyes, your nose, and your mouth.
Ooh, so hot.
Yes, literally. You're
Oh,
going to
bars.
take
wait,
5 points of damage as
My boy getting beat up.
this is absorbed into you, and then you just snap back, trying to like catch your breath as you couldn't breathe during this whole ordeal.
my God. Whoa, 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 whoa. Um, I'm gonna immediately look at my hand. Oh,
As you're looking at your hand, you can see black, really thin veins that kind of show up underneath your skin and then disappear as they're moving all around you. You hear a voice in your head say, "We found him." And that's it. The cleric looks to all three of you and he goes, "Hope you're aware that I can hear you. And as I thought, you do have your faith deeply rooted in another religion. That is fine, but I'm going to have to ask you to leave my premises at this time. Hope you can understand."
wait, what do you mean another religion? I don't know what the hell is going on. I have some mystical magical mumbo jumbo.
Ellie,
Huh?
Hey,
let's go.
let's go. When being told to exit out of a holy place by a holy individual, it is best to leave. Least you have another pain in your hand. Or worse. We're not going to find the answers we need here.
I'm gonna mumble in my breath. He's been a pain in my ass this entire time. Thank you so
Well,
much
we're
for
small
allowing
enough.
us to look through the collection. Power to the Foundation, or whatever you guys do. And I politely get up and walk out the door.
Let me see. Just
Stop.
have to see if you've unintentionally fucked something up for yourself.
No!
Yeah, I did. As you walk out of the church, the letter P shows up on your neck, almost like it was branded into your neck. You can feel like a searing pain.
Ah!
Is that because you tried to be sassy
Go ahead
to a
and write that
cleric?
in your channel, just so you don't forget.
Do I see this appear on his neck?
You can roll for it. It's not super obvious, but because it's like a brand, but it's definitely not small.
I rolled a 1, but guess what? I'm lucky.
Reroll it.
Let's go, Lucky! Ooh, ooh, ooh,
I
ooh.
got a 15 on the die. What do I
Yeah,
add?
you definitely notice it. I don't know what you have. That's your roll. It's your perception. But it's okay. You rolled it high enough to be able to see it.
A cleric of the Foundation.
Oh, no. Let me rephrase. You see the P on his neck.
Right, we're still in there. We have it like
No,
he
no, no.
went
This
to
happened
leave.
as he walked out the door.
Yeah, Ollie's.
We were walking out and he got seared.
As soon as we stepped
So
outside.
we're outside.
You're welcome to go back inside if you want to. I just want to make sure you're clear that you didn't see the clerk do anything.
Is the door open or is it closed?
I can assume that it's maybe slowly swinging shut at this point.
Okay. Mr. Cleric of the Foundation.
He goes, "Yes."
What do the letters mean?
He looks at you sideways, and then he kind of smiles, and he goes, "Child who believes in the power of the Eldritch, your time is coming."
Whoa, what does that have to do with?
Waves his hand, and the door slams shut.
Oh, this episode is ominous as fuck.
Did I
what
do
do
an
you say?
insight? Was that a threat?
No.
Go ahead and roll your insight.
We're gonna look to Marley.
That was
and
absolutely a
show
threat.
her. I'm gonna show Marley because I know B saw it. That's why she asked. I'm like, does it at least look kind of cool?
It looks like it could get infected, but it kind of looks cool.
Do something about it. Do something about it. Ew, I don't want it to get
18.
infected. Oh my god.
18.
I can't take a brand off of you.
You feel like
No,
it
but I can tell
was
that it get infected.
not a threat so much as foresight.
But that could mean so many different things. Okay. So as we get a little bit further away from the church, I wanna like, Ollie, come here, and like have them come.
Real quick, are you guys heading back to the group?
I'm heading back to where we had started.
Where
I don't
we-
know where we're
yeah.
meeting up at.
Okay,
But
town's
we're-
semi-built, so you'll be able to see pretty easily. But that's fine. I imagine you guys are going to meet back up. I just want to make sure you're on that path. Go ahead and finish your dialogue.
I want to show you guys this picture I found in one of the books,
Okay.
and I'll show them it.
Now.
Should I DM them or?
I would DM it to them since it's not the picture I showed them.
What? What do you mean? What do you...
Wait a minute, that picture. You should have.
I don't like secret DMs. Oh,
I
shit.
love secret DMs. It's like I'm getting a little treat.
Ooh.
Secrets.
I mean, eventually everybody will see it, but they are immediately with us. So
Oh. You know, I don't like callbacks. Okay.
You're welcome to
Well-
just post it in the out of character chat as well if you're going to end up showing it to everyone. It's up to you.
Marley is gonna like. Is there like an alleyway nearby? Like 2 buildings that are pretty close.
There's
I
2
can slick
buildings nearby that look a bit more complete and are forming an alley. Yeah, sure. We'll go with that.
I'm gonna like take both of their hands and duck them into an alley, and like look at them both really quickly and be like, I could probably still try to call Melanie because this picture has blood on it, and no one likes blood more than that chick. So
I am not sure yet because I'm feeling uncomfy about the foundation. I don't want you to put yourself at risk. We're a little too close for comfort for somebody who clearly just gave us a foreshadowing threat. But I do think you're onto something because there's symbols of like all the different religions in this cross. There's blood in it. So we should ask Addie, and it might have something to do with all the magics. We might all need to look at this together before we do anything.
It's better to
get
do
that.
it with the safety of numbers, I guess, because I can only protect you on the physical side, not the magical. Plus, I don't want to get any more incriminating letters on my neck. Addie's gonna think I've joined some type of like cult or something, and I'm trying to protect our friendship, not ruin it.
didn't you used to be a cop? Isn't that what the Fae guy says? So what cop
I used
isn't
to
an
work for
undercover
the-
gang
hey,
member? You
hey,
know, I've
hey.
met enough in my time as a smuggler.
Stop it! I followed a strict code on making sure I took care of those that couldn't take care of themselves and doing the right thing.
As you're
okay?
saying
Not
this,
all-
you can hear someone say, Sergeant Oliver? And then it disappears. And it's just a voice like off in the distance down the alley, and then it disappears.
Don't you fucking do
Oh God, are you okay?
Cold, incoherent screaming. Sorry, lovely. Your mic didn't pick up any of
Nope,
that.
not at all.
Somebody's about to turn into fire. It's probably a
I'm gonna.
Probably it is a trap.
I'm swinging
You
back
just
and
got
forth,
branded.
like physically like this. I'm like, oh no, oh no, oh no. I'm
Roll for
assuming-
trauma? No, just leftover trauma. It's fine.
You guys are heading
So-
towards the other group, yeah?
Yeah, I'm
let
gonna
me
pick them
figure
both
this
up.
out.
And we're gonna go.
I'm gonna
like
jump back to the
also-
other group now. So you guys have met up. You guys have a moment, couple moments before the others show up. You guys can talk amongst yourselves.
I, before we too much talking, want to roll a perception check to see if this is like the answers that I received gave very you'll understand this bossing say vibes.
No, they did not give bossing say vibes. It does.
You're a liar.
What?
You gave bossing say vibes. I'll tell you that.
Did you?
I don't know
Lauren
if it's because we
bossing
know
say.
you or if it's the story, but
This was so dilely coded, you know it fucking was.
We're terrified.
Terrified at this point. We do
Every
not
time
understand.
we go to a quaint little village, it's not a quaint little village.
Okay.
with
What
a freaking cult leader, Brandon bitches already, and giving us threats.
you have no proof at all that that
he
person,
did
that
that.
clerik did that,
correct.
and
But
that's
it's
very
specifically in
important.
relation to their foundation answers.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
let me
that's what I'm
explain.
getting. That. Yeah.
The town seems, for better or worse, like they are truly just trying to rebuild and start a new life for themselves. Any conversation regarding the foundation was not sprinkled with fear. There's definitely an aspect that you all picked up of unknown but it's not as important as the acceptance that the foundation has brought. So it's less of a bossing say situation and more of, to put it bluntly, we were all at war and then they showed up. So whether they're good for us or not, they're better than things were for the last 3 months.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's that aspect of acceptance that this probably ain't good for us, but it could be, like, without them things would be worse.
And I guess
So
the thing that's kind of throwing me is they've always been there. What do you mean you've never heard of them? They've always been
Yeah.
there.
I would say that that aspect is also coming from the fact that everyone is indoctrinated, and since none of you are, you don't know what that means or what that does
Okay.
for you.
Okay,
Sure.
thank you.
That
helps
makes
a little.
that makes a lot more sense.
That makes it a
Because I was
lot
like, all
more
right,
culty.
these people are lying. I'm about to start swinging again.
Gotcha.
Like
No,
I'm about
it's
to.
much more like you guys are not in the cool kids club, so. But they're not trying to keep
Yeah.
the secrets from you. It's more like you just had to be there and you weren't, so you don't know.
You just had to be
Yeah. I was waiting on a little like pebble-shaped hand to like grab me and pull me away.
With the
Like,
hoods on.
seriously.
No.
Yeah.
They're totally chill. They're so chill. Honestly, never mind. I'll talk. We'll talk about that in the afters.
Yeah, see,
Um,
that's what I'm talking about right there. Anyway,
what I can
here we
say is
are.
that the foundation is a big problem, but they are not a problem in this episode right now so far. So that's all I can say. Will that change? That's not up to
No,
me. But yeah,
valid.
it's up to y'all. Yeah. But
Disposition and
yeah.
interactions.
Yeah.
Got it.
Like the church thing could have gone really south. It didn't. Could have.
That's fair.
Crazy.
Before they get back to it, Raven's gonna go up to Addie. I told them.
You told. What do you mean?
I told them that if they were to rewrite the world, there would still be somebody in charge. Someone always takes power.
You're absolutely right. Someone always takes power because without somebody, something, chaos reigns.
So what do we do?
Well, I can say from experience that too much order makes a slave out of us all. And I'm just going to continue to the party.
I think we need more information on this foundation and why they've risen to power all of a sudden. I understand like that they've helped a lot, apparently, and that they brought more order than people have ever seen in their lives. But where did they come from other than I'm assuming we've shared the information with each other that we've gathered from talking to people.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because Raven found out where they came from. So, other than that, they come from Kaylin, which isn't that also where the Eldritch magic all was before?
I'm not sure. I've never been to Kaylin.
I think that's where the maze was, where we met that weird fae that played a lot of tricks on us, and Ollie got the sword, and we met Marley.
Was that where that was?
No.
Okay.
Oh, that could just be Cole being dumb and forgetting. Honestly,
I honestly didn't remember.
Near Falls in Iriad or whatever.
Yes.
I've been meaning to ask you something.
What's up?
I have stayed with you because you have saved my life, and I have yet to repay that debt. But you stay with your friends, even after repaying the debt, over and over. I don't understand why.
At this point, I've questioned their motivations for why they stay with me. Because their behaviors never change. We never learn. Is it just because I keep them alive?
Is friendship only transactional?
I don't believe it should be.
Perhaps I'll never understand it then.
I mean, I didn't save you because I expected something in return. I saved you because it's what you needed.
And do they not stay with you simply for that?
Well, friendship isn't about the transactions, about the give and the take of I save their lives repeatedly and they rush into danger repeatedly. It's because you care about somebody. But if you care about somebody for a long time, would you try to not make it easier for them? Or at least to be less exhausting? Because healing people is not easy.
I can imagine.
It's rather draining.
Being healed is also rather draining, if I do say so myself.
Yeah,
Either way.
getting punctured full of holes while distracting the big scary thing from the more squishy people is pretty draining too. Not more or less, but pretty draining also. So we can relate is what we're saying. Well, we're not
No,
comparing.
understandably, but I know both of you will do anything in your power to ensure that you're not getting full of holes.
Well,
That is the goal.
with all due
Generally.
respect, Raven and I both have spent an entire lifetime, from what I can tell, being tried to
Punctured.
be poked full of holes, for lack of a better term. So we know how to avoid it and what not to do at this point.
I've spent an entire lifetime learning how to fix the holes,
Sure.
starting with my own.
Maybe our other friends haven't. Maybe we need to get to know them and see if they have or haven't.
Olafir fought for a living. But point blank told you, he doesn't need defense, because I'll just heal him.
I can see how that would hurt.
That happened. For sure. But
He fights on
I
his
can't
emotions.
fault him for being who he is.
What do you fight for, Morrow?
With everything that's happened, I don't really know anymore, actually. I'm good at it. Nobody's put me down yet, so I'm still alive. You guys are nice to me,
I'm gonna
so
have you
we're
guys
here.
meet up. Oh, I don't mean to cut it off, but I'm watching the clock tick, and I'm like, I know y'all wanted a break, so we're running out of time.
Guys, I'm gonna scurry up to Addie and did you guys by chance see anywhere that was a little bit more private? Because the information we just experienced at that library, I would like to talk to in privacy.
We could go back to the alleyway.
Addie vaguely looks around at the broad, wide open spaces with half-built buildings and goes, "We were literally 15 feet away from here the entire time, so no."
We need to go somewhere else if we're going to talk about things, I think.
Yeah.
We leave
Can I
town.
roll a perception check to find a secluded area?
Yes.
Awesome. That would be 12.
No one's leaving
Crap.
the small little village, so you're welcome to just walk 5 minutes out.
We can just go to the woods,
Yeah, let's
just go.
let's be adults and take a walk, shall we?
Raven motions to the edge of the village area.
Marley
Um,
goes up to Raven and is like, "You got the right idea. Never mind my
Yeah, everyone roll a
alleyway."
perception check.
Oh, god darn it.
Another one?
Uh huh.
Ah, that was a nat 20.
Sweet.
A 13?
15.
Don't look that face. Don't.
I get a 17, but Jesus, that laugh.
Onyx. Cole.
you
I'm
want us
supposed to be
all roll
rolling a
it? I didn't
perception
understand.
check?
My
I thought-
apologies. I thought since they were looking.
Like twins. Yeah, everyone.
Apologies. I was having
good.
a whole side thought. Crow got me. Perception is. Is that the one I have? The
17.
all right, 1 second. Is it? No, it's persuasion. Okay, so it's just a 9.
Okay. Raven, as you guys are all kind of starting to huddle outside of the city, there's a tree with a really low young tree trying to grow, do its thing, and there's a branch on this tree with a little burrow that looks like a woodpecker might make a home, and you can just see 3 mice on that branch. They see you seeing them, and they all run into the hole.
Okay. Yeah. Raven would be particularly unbothered. Violet's very bothered. I'm freaking out, but Raven's just gonna kind of make a mental note of it and keep walking.
Okay.
Anybody talk to animals?
Oh, wait a minute.
Again.
Wait, no.
So
Well, I
what y'all-
talked to you guys,
What are y'all
so
talking about? Yeah, in game.
So apparently, any magic is bad other than what
What?
the foundation seems. I don't know. The cleric gave Oliver a lot of BS about trying to figure out the eldritch part of him, and Oliver didn't take it too well because he a sassy little bull. But it didn't end well, and now he got a thing on his neck,
Here's a brand.
and then she got this weird picture. But otherwise, our investigation was found to be very concerning.
Yeah, so they don't go by names. They just go by cleric of the foundation. They've supposedly been around forever. They say that they fall like it's about like self. Oh, what did they say? Something about like you find it within yourself or something. They have one person. They say they don't have a headquarters. However, he did mention the Citadel, which I'm wondering if maybe there might be a headquarters there because they're transcribing the old text there.
Off in the
And they-
distance, you guys can all hear an owl go. "Whoo."
Can I detect magic in that direction to see if there's like some sort of like illusion magic going on with these animals?
You're more than welcome to.
Okay.
It's D&D. You're
So-
always welcome to try.
Are we
Okay.
in the forest by now, though? Like, since we
Were you guys
Walk
actually going
in.
into the forest or just going towards the forest?
already?
my goal was to go into the forest,
I
so
thought
that
we
we're
were
like
going
away
in.
from the people of the
no worries.
town.
I'll say that you guys
Yeah,
have
yeah,
gone into the forest, just on that rim, so it's not like the thicket of trees, but
Right.
there's definitely trees, and you can like scour yourselves in the shade and all that jazz.
Real quick, I just wanted to point out that it was the religion, not the magic, that was the issue, Marley. The Nirabala religion,
Yeah.
not
Okay.
eldritch
Yeah.
magic.
And he said something to the effect of, as followers of Narabalo, basically get ours, like a foreshadowing. But Addie, can you look at this picture and like it has all the symbols of the different religions you and I have found texts of, but there's blood and I don't.
What did you roll?
It feels relevant.
Were you
I don't
rolling
have
that
to roll for
Arcana?
Dinette. Oh, I have to roll an Arcana in addition to the detect magic because I can cast
Oh,
that at
my
will.
bad. You cast detect magic. I thought you were rolling Arcana. You cast detect magic. You
Yes.
successfully detect Fey magic.
Good.
Mara,
Yes, B.
the magic of your people is emanating everywhere, and I'm nervous. Do we have spies in our midst? Do you have a way of detecting it?
Well,
Not the giggle.
And so, real quick, Onyx, did you stop mid conversation with me to change directions tomorrow, or did you just didn't the conversation with me didn't happen and you're talking tomorrow?
No, it
instead?
did happen, but he told me what happened with the detect magic, so I don't know where in the timeline this is happening.
As
That's what
soon
I'm
as
trying to ask you. Like,
Oh, right after you finished talking to my bad names to Adriana is when like the detect magic is registered because there is a huge flux of magic all over the place still given the recent exploding magic everywhere,
Yeah.
but you're detecting a stronger presence of Fey magic than anything else at this
so then
specific time.
I need to just make sure. Do you want to finish our conversation and then address Crow, or do you want to cut it off and address Crow?
Yeah. Our conversation has to happen before I bring it to Mara's attention about the Fey magic. It only makes sense.
That's why I'm trying to track it down. She goes, so I, Cole, don't recognize any of the symbols from the other religions in this, but the blood, that makes a...
Oh, they're not actually there, but for in character sake, they're there.
Oh, okay. Oh, so I can see them and she can see them,
Yeah,
but others
anyone
cannot.
looking at the picture can recognize, and that knows other religions can recognize engraved in that picture is symbols from other religions.
Okay.
Marley would be. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like if you know religion, its symbol is engraved in that cross.
Would I know of the blood magic of Kaylin?
No.
And that, like, Melanie and all of that Melanie would be my only connection then to blood magic at this point.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Huh. I mean, it's weird. I mean, did it have anything in the book other than the picture that you've torn out, or?
It fell out of the book. It looked like it was torn out to begin with. Nothing else in the book made any reference towards it. Well, that I could tell. It was quick.
You guys aren't really people, are ya? She kind of looks at the three of them.
What do you mean by that?
Doesn't seem like you got a whole lot of info out of a priest.
Well, you try talking to a priest like that and seeing what information you can gather.
While they're having this conversation, Raven's gonna go find this owl.
There's like 9 owls now sitting on different branches staring at y'all.
Oh,
Are they all hooing?
Yep. Periodically, like not all like a chorus of birds, just like they're all kind of just watching, and every so often one is, but it's a different one each time.
Marley takes a pause in the middle of telling Adriana that this cleric's an asshole and like I'm going to cast Dispel Evil and Good around myself.
Okay.
Mara, it's Fey magic. And it's real thick.
There's a voice at your feet, Beatrix, that goes, well, that's a bit rude.
I wasn't insulting the magic. I was just detecting what it was. I didn't mean to offend you.
Are you talking to an animal right now?
What is happening?
You look
Do you
down
have
at your-
another dagger?
Just look down at your foot. There's like a little glimmer, and a mouse shows up. One of the three that Raven had seen, and it's got a cane, and it's kind of walking, and it's pointing, and it's like, now listen here. Just because there's sea magic, but it's not pointing at you. It's just pointing in a direction.
I don't hear this. Marley kind of looks over and like squats down, almost laying down essentially to like look at the mouse and be like, "Are you blind?"
As soon as you say,
My
"Are
darling?
you?" it like turns quickly and it's like, "Oh, you're really close." Do you know what you ate today? Because I do.
I don't remember eating for the past 3 months.
It's
so
obvious.
what did I eat?
Nothing.
Oh, thanks. But are you not Faye, which we guessed?
2 tier 1 subs have been sent out. Let me know who they're going to. Stone Bear Gaming.
Oh wait. Sorry.
While we figure that out,
Oh, this was a really bad time for that.
To the sisters.
To the sisters.
Perfect. You know, let's just roll them both right now because perfect timing.
Oh,
That one's going to Marley, and that one's going to Beatrix.
Woo.
First one was an 8 and a 4, right? Yeah.
Don't insult the mouse.
I didn't insult the mouse.
To insult the mouse.
That one insulted the mouse.
Your preferred weapon, or a preferred weapon near you, is overwhelmed with blank energy.
Marley, is it?
The modifications are fun. As you're standing there, Oliver, you're suddenly in a lot of pain, and black veins are covering your body.
What the actual fuck
Let's
is
see
going
what the
on with
4
you?
is. Beatrix,
Don't just
you can
glaze over
take
that so nice
one
to the
action of your choice immediately.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
I don't think she knows it was her. Onyx.
Onyx. You can take one. Your roll gives you one action of your choice immediately. Right now, what's it going to be?
I don't know.
Just let you know what the roll says.
Okay, fine. I'm gonna scoop up I'm gonna put my hand out for the mouse to walk up to because I'm trying to get an introduction to the mouse.
Perfect.
That's what I'm doing.
No
I have
problem.
nothing.
It fails,
on.
and you hit the mouse. And he kind of falls a few feet back, and he looks and turns his head to Morrow, and he goes, "My king, are you going to let these inferior creatures treat us this way?"
Excuse?
The pain subsides. The pain subsides, Oliver, and you feel perfectly fine again. But for whatever reason, you just felt overwhelmed suddenly, like it was bizarre. And we're gonna take a quick break.
There's too much going on right now.
Tea break.
Yep, quick break, guys. Quick break. Screen over and see who's on camera. It's Cole
I
again.
think it's me. Yeah.
Should have fixed that. Didn't fix that.
Is that me, Mario? God.
What?
Okay, for the record, guys, I just want to let you know that I've attacked multiple party members, and I've never attacked a Fae. Just let that sit with you before y'all start talking.
Noted.
I'm concerned. I have concerns.
I'm not saying I won't, I'm just saying
Many.
historically.
Why the fuck would
I'm
you
concerned
punch the
too.
mouse?
I didn't mean to punch a fucking mouse. I was trying to get it to walk onto my hand.
God,
You guys
we're gonna
are
fight.
racist Faye, and you're
Be-
fighting nice now. It's great.
You picked on a blind mouse. A mouse.
Motherfucker, I put my hand down. I can't help it. The gods made me accidentally smack the fucking thing.
Got a what?
Do better.
Oh, I know.
Damn,
Don't
we
be
racist towards the
be
Fae
better.
again.
Yeah, dude, I hate you guys.
Weren't they racist towards halflings for a little bit? I feel
Listen,
It's not racist, you're sisters.
That's fair.
I will defend my
Cappy,
stance on
are
that
you
one.
definitely giving you an inspiration point for recognizing the three blind mice trope?
Screaming.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Just gonna put that on the again.
Stone Bear Gaming. Darling, you can save those. You can save those. It's okay. We don't.
Ooh. The intrusive thoughts are
Use
about to win.
15,000 points. Or don't you fucking do it, Deontay.
The intrusive thoughts are about to win.
They're about to win.
I can talk to you like that.
You're trying to smooth Stoneberry, like, Deontay, you shut the fuck up. I'm like, oh,
Deontay, sit the fuck down, boy.
There's a few minutes left, folks. Stretch your limbs.
she walked all the way in the room to tell me not to do it. That's crazy.
That's because she has self-respect. And
No, it's because I have 20,000 trauma points that I'm waiting to use.
I have 36,000. Yeah.
I have
We're
infinity.
I only have 3,000. I'm right.
You do. You got it.
What if he's just like, you know what? This episode's going too nice, and then just drops it himself? Then what do we do?
Oh, you think he needs to give them trauma button for that?
Do it.
My other account has 27,000 points, so like, don't tempt me. Wouldn't be hard.
But also, like, you're the DM. You can just be like, aha, time for a story change.
Suddenly.
And
honestly, you guys are very successfully, without probably even knowing it, navigating around the potential really bad things. So, like, hats off to you.
I'm kind of.
Is it because the right people didn't go to the church?
I'm screaming.
I know us, okay?
I think a solid 1/3 of the people that went to the church were troublesome.
Yeah, it was Deontay. It was
the church. I loved it. I loved it personally. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Hey, I was.
But also,
okay.
As someone who grew up in a iffy religion,
Christianity, you can say it.
No, I can't. Whenever you're dealing with asshole clergy members of any religion, you just have to take a step back emotionally.
Listen, as someone that grew up in it, I understand. That's why I'm doing it now, because I never had the opportunity before.
I never got the opportunity to say fuck you.
He's doing his best.
You know,
we out here living out our wildest fantasies.
Oh, yeah.
You can only be a Sunday boy.
Don't think that I don't see you guys being racist towards Faye.
I'm trying to be nice. Why is it you guys?
It's everyone but the Faye being racist to the Faye.
I want to point out the only person who has been like racist-ish towards the Fae is the same person as the last campaign who was racist towards the Fae.
Go ahead and say it, because I know it definitely wasn't us.
It was Onyx.
To be fair, it's kind of their religion this time, so it's fair. Like, I get it.
Yeah, this time it makes sense. It has a story reason.
It's canon.
But also, why is it all of us if it's just Onyx? Like, everyone else has been pretty decent.
Why are we slapping a "we" on this label?
All y'all.
We on this label.
What do you mean by all y'all?
He said us. He said
What do you
all.
mean, you people? Like,
that part.
Oh yeah, it's you people now, just adventurers in general. All right, whatever. Hero light bullshit.
Oh.
Excuse you. I am the warrior of darkness, and I will wear my title proudly.
Actually, Raven is an imperial nuisance, so that just has to go.
An imperial nuisance and a primal footstool.
Yeah. Which is really great for small people.
I think it's so funny. I was just having a moment right before he said it where I was like, I feel like this is just like not a good place for Ollie to be right now. Right as I was about to say it, he was like, Ollie, all of a sudden black tendrils inside of you are just like causing immense pain. I'm like, wow.
Is that because, I had weapons on me, right? Or do those not count for that
I told
role?
you, every episode until y'all fix it, and I'm not telling you what you have to fix, but you have to fix something. You'll fix it before the end of the campaign, but until you do, every episode, those D20 rolls are going to be different. So if you're like, I rolled a 5 this time, I know it's going to be next week. No, you don't.
No, I mean, like, because my role didn't affect me, it affected Ollie.
Correct.
But it was a weapon roll, but I had weapons.
Different.
but it's not your
Oh, okay.
preferred weapon.
No, my brain is.
The nature of the roles. So I'm reading what the roles are. I'm omitting some things that have changed, and then I'm not telling you the effects that I've added. So you're hearing what I removed, but you're not hearing what I've added, and then you're seeing how it plays out.
Okay.
Yeah. Case in point,
So this is a
Onyx's
game
roll
to you.
was you have advantage on the next roll. That was very much disadvantage on the next roll. It was crit fail on the next roll, but you have to make a roll.
Hey,
You have to make a decision.
don't point that finger. That had nothing to do with me.
So
Stop that.
Onyx did a thing, and it was destined to fail.
Damn.
It's not your fault. It's the dice.
It's not your fault. It's God. God just playing with us right now.
All right, looks like we're all back, so let's get back to it. Let's switch this.
Stone has always had it against me, and I don't know why. All I try to do is be a cute little player for you to be
Listen,
like, ha.
listen. No, that's the wrong one. That's the grid, which I have not updated. But we shouldn't get into combat today. Listen, add a character and in character. All love, truly. However, Karma, NPC is gonna NPC. You want me to give you an NPC that's gonna, lick the tip and be your best friend and all of that jazz? I can. You're just not there. Don't take it personal.
They don't like the tip.
I'm just saying. It is what it is. NPCs are gonna do what NPCs are gonna do.
No, it's fine.
Be thankful it's not. That's not the right screen either. Oh yeah, it is. Okay, it's switching over. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Just think of it like it's not GTA where everyone hates you. So you got that.
That's true.
Okay. The mouse dusts himself off, and stands up, and goes, You are wanted back at the Capitol. Okay.
My king?
Wanted in what context?
Your presence has been requested.
I can deal with that. I was just making sure it wasn't wanted like before.
No. That was ages ago.
Well, we've had a lot happen, and you know how time works, and how it doesn't work.
You
So,
have been locked in it for some time.
how may I or we address you and your companions that I saw a few minutes ago?
Because my name is of little importance, but the elves are here to bring you back.
Eddie leans over to Ray and goes, "This is not something I've seen before. You?"
No, absolutely not.
Okay, just checking.
Addie, my kind come in all shapes and sizes. It's actually
Yeah, no. Yeah.
it's strange to me, and I'm one of them. Like it's
Slaves become
you
kings.
never
It's,
get
a thing, I guess. I've never seen
You
it
never
happen
get used to
before.
you never get used to it, right? It's interesting.
Tomorrow.
Yeah,
Can we go with you?
Please?
I was just about to ask them the same thing. You know, we were trying to do that, and then something happened, and
You're more than welcome to bring your slaves and escorts. That's no problem.
Ooh, I haven't been
they're
called a
funny.
slave in a hot minute.
So, Meryl,
yeah.
you say that they come in all shapes and sizes. Is it safe to say that I'm probably going to encounter things I've never seen before on this journey? And
Haven't you already?
well, yes, I don't typically talk to mice.
You saw me come out of a tree.
Either.
I meant no disrespect.
I did.
It was out of character. It's not
Have
me.
you met a nice mouse from the Fey realm before, honestly, in this game? No.
It's a size complex.
I have a pack on me, right? Like we all have like our backpacks and stuff still.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. Can I pull out like a little like crumb of bread since I'm still on the floor, like
Cool.
next to him, and like hold it out Like, not touch him, but like definitely hold it to where his little mouse hands can grab it.
Yeah,
Because
you're
I'm
more than
going to
welcome
do that.
to. Okay. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
like,
I did
yeah,
that.
stop asking, guys. Do your things.
Okay. So I held out like a little crust of bread to the
Real quick,
mouse and kind of like,
Sunbear Gaming, you kind of lost me on that, but we did fulfill those 2 subs that you sent out. That was the crit fail on Onyx's
Oh.
end, and the
He's saying it was his fault. Ha ha ha. See?
gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to verify. Just wanted to make sure, you know.
Yeah. No, I got you.
The mouse smacks your hand, and the little crumb falls out, and he goes, "Your slave is very disrespectful. Or is this one of the escorts? I don't know. These peasants are welcome to come, but if one tries to feed me crumbs again, I swear, we're gonna have problems."
I didn't figure that you could eat a whole slice of bread. It's as big as you.
You
But
think I
if
would
you
only
want a
eat
whole
bread?
slice,
You
I
think I
just
don't
thought
like a
you
nice,
wanted a little
delicious steak?
bit.
You don't have a slice of steak?
Well, who
Caribou?
carries a slice of steak? I don't want it to
Steak
go bad.
people. I
You
don't know
want
who you
raw,
are.
bad
But
meat?
the fact that you would just give me your crumbs, oh man, that must have been real taxing.
Marley, let me explain
Look up
something
at
really
Morrow
fast, and then
from
this
the
is
ground.
actually better for all of you to explain. I know I act like a bit of a savage, but when it comes to Fae, their personalities are a lot more similar to elves, right? They're very big on respect, and they hold themselves in a very astute manner. So the fact that you were offering it a breadcrumb out of your backpack is kind of a insult, right?
Understandably. I'm confused why she's still down there.
You just wanted to meet him at his level. I don't understand.
Marley,
And she
You're not
stands
helping.
up.
you're not helping.
She stands up immediately and is done. And
It's
just,
okay. You're not
Kind of
helping.
like brushes a curl off her face and goes, Marley, we don't bend down and get on a knee every time we want to talk
Okay.
to you.
okay, one of you did when we first met. So obviously,
Listen, I can't account for everyone's manners.
More importantly,
Yeah, Raven clears her throat really loudly. Well, in that case, are we off to your realm, my lord?
Your Majesty.
I'm gonna look down at the mice Fae and say, could you fill me in on what's been happening on the way?
He goes, absolutely. And he like taps his little stick, as one of the owls goes, whoo, and he goes, these ones, geez, come on. And they start flying around all in a circle. And as they do, they kind of like explode like a firework, and you see all these dazzling lights suddenly are spinning around you guys. And you guys are kind of in the eye of it, but it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And the boss looks up to you and he goes, well, the new king selection has begun. While of course I honor you and respect you as a king, and others do as well amongst our kind and many of the other slaves that were freed, you are still considered a king select, as all the other king selects will be fighting for the would-be crown. Unfortunately, we have an item that may just turn the tide. Meanwhile, the Sealy Court and the Unsealy Court, they're not doing too well, and depending on which era you happen to pop into, one or the other is winning this war that's been going on for some time. However, about a few months ago in Asariat time, there was an explosion of magic that's kind of put everything at peace. It's been weird. I wouldn't say peace, I would say more espionage. In the wake of us being able to go about as we see fit, the Sealy and the Unsealies have changed their targets from each other to everyone else mortal that they can sway until someone gets a hold of the reins. It's not ending well. Some towns in this mortal plane are rather distraught.
Makes sense. Forgive me, I'm still taking all of this in. Last to my knowledge, there wasn't even a such thing as an unseelie court. That was news given to me after the last time that I left this place.
Well, you're going to meet the Unsealies King Select, and they'll definitely fill you in. Though, be careful, they may try to kill you and just assume the power themselves. I hope your peasants can help. And as he says this, the light kind of flows around you guys and it disappears into a thin line. And as your eyes are kind of adjusting, you find yourselves in the Fey realm. I have a picture for that.
Yes.
So you guys have moved away from the overlapping Fey realm of Asaria and into the Fey realm's specific domain, where time doesn't move and the world as you know it is entirely different. The grass is swaying, though there is no breeze. Oh, that's not. That goes lower. Hang on, give me a second. A lot of assets. There we go. Get rid of the owl too.
Ooh.
Who?
Who
I
are we
like
getting
the
rid
owl.
of?
Trying to turn off the owl. Goodbye.
Looks
owl.
like it's about to be a coup.
That was
I like
ridiculous.
that. That was good.
That was good. That's
I
all.
hate you.
I need to put that whole.
Though there's no breeze, you can hear the softest of like a melody. The air tastes like cotton candy, and every so often you can see swirls of Fey energy materialize, flip around like it's carrying leaves from Pocahontas, and then disappear.
Come on.
As we stabilize, Addie looks at Morrow and goes, for people who are big on respect, they sure don't like to show it to others that aren't themselves, huh?
The mouse
They're not
is
used to
also
being-
gone.
They're not used to being treated with any sort of dignity. It's kind of a generational trauma at this point.
So let you do the talking?
Because obviously we are of no import.
I got in trouble for
Please.
trying to feed something. I don't know what to do here.
How much danger are we in here, Maru?
I'm not really sure. This place doesn't work like anything that you ever experienced before. Physics works completely different.
Um,
It's almost like a cartoon, quite literally.
in the sky, there's like a rippling, almost like the surface of water. And then emerging from it is this ball of fire, and it shoots straight down towards where you guys are, slowing its descent right before impact. And then the flames go out. And there's a woman standing there with beautiful burning fairy wings. And she goes, King Select, you've finally made it.
Nice to meet you. Who are you?
My name is Byzanthemy, and I am here to oversee that you arrive at the capital safely, and that nobody kills you, gives you into some weird pact, or otherwise sullies your good name in the process. Will you be bringing your concubines?
He goes, I'm
Oh.
sorry?
They are not my concubines. They are, in fact, just companions. They're not peasants. They are. You can treat them as my equal.
Oh, very well. We did not expect Queen Selects and so many other King Selects to be present, but I think that we can make do, and we can adjust the attorney as is necessary.
I don't think that they will be competing for the crown per se. I just meant with the level of dignity.
Ah, okay. Companions then. Busy man.
Yeah, sure, that
She
works.
kinda- she
That works.
kinda
I would
chuckles.
much rather that happen.
And he just looks at Ray and goes, oh my god.
It's okay. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Cartoon, remember?
I think everyone here would make a great concubine.
She goes, well, with that being said, and she kind of holds her hand out, and a burning path appears that's just defying logic, as it's creating a bridge that you guys can walk on and solidify itself. You can see it's almost like it's made out of marble, and trapped within the marble is flames slowly licking the surface, but not able to pierce through. She goes, right this way then, and she walks. She's like walking forward.
Marley's gonna like tug on Morrow's pants real quick and be like, "Hey, do you also have wings?"
Fae come in all shapes and sizes, remember?
Kind of pouts and then just like looks to everyone to wait and see if we're following, because I'm following. I'm following the lady.
Oh, our leader hasn't left yet, Your Majesty. I know. Chuckles to herself.
I'm following when everyone else starts walking, especially our leader. And she looks up.
You're getting so much flack for this.
I understand. Mara's actually just gonna kneel down to the ground for a second and just grab some of the dirt and swish it back and forth in his hands. Just look around, kind of take it all in, and then just kind of ignore the shit talk and continue up the steps.
No problem. The dirt kind of shimmers as it's kind of falling from your hand, and it looks like it falls almost like a feather, finding itself right back in its place.
Whoa, that's cool.
While everybody's kind of bantering, am I able to just like kind of look behind us and like make sure somebody's not following us? Because she said that she's supposed to make him get there safely, which means there's a threat, possibly. So
That's fair. Yeah, go ahead and roll a perception.
That music, though. So here for it.
Me and you said that at the same time.
The drop, the fairy drop on that, like, yes. I need that.
I was looking for Parisian cafe music. Sorry.
and I was thinking like Harry Potter, like commoner
Yes.
music. Okay. I rolled a 16.
There doesn't seem to be anyone behind, but for whatever reason, you're feeling not very well. Not like sick, just kind of like more powerless. Not powerless, just fatigued.
Faded power?
Yeah, faded.
Lethargic,
Yeah.
kind of.
All of us or just B? For looking. Okay.
All of it, you're kind of feeling it too. Not as bad as B.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Raven's just following right behind Morrow.
Yeah, no, we're right behind.
Same.
Yeah, I'm not feeling real good, guys. I'm gonna try not to fall behind.
What's wrong?
I can't really explain it. It just kind of
Xanthemine cuts you off and she goes, in the wake of all the devastation, we've chosen a specific time when there wouldn't be any war and bloodshed, and everyone will be meeting here. So you can rest assured that there won't be any excessive violence.
Good. And then he's gonna look back at B and just kind of mutter, "Huh, imagine, it goes both ways." When she says that she doesn't feel good.
You are
I'm not
an
talking
eldritch
to anyone
follower.
specifically.
You're in a different world.
You're an eldritch follower in Fae territory. I don't imagine you'd feel very well.
You guys are continuing forward and you're seeing plants that are alive, fauna that's running, like little tree nymphs that are running and chasing each other and then turning into trees as you guys get close, as like they're kind of hiding. There are dancing lights, blue, purple, green, and red, like little wisps that are kind of following you guys. and kind of swirling around the bridge and stuff until finally you get off of this bridge, and you hit a beautiful golden path. And the path is kind of glowing a little bit. Byzanthine looks to you all and goes, if any of your companions are ill-suited for what lies ahead, they won't be able to pass this section. And as she steps onto the gold, it ripples, and it solidifies directly under her foot. And then she's able to walk to the castle door.
Just to verify, Morrow, when she says ill-suited,
And Mara's just gonna look over at. I can't say her name. I'm not gonna try.
Byzanthine?
Yep, Byzanthine.
The left.
Call her Little Miss
Yeah.
Biz.
I'm gonna look over at her and say, "What? You say that they can't pass through. Will that barrier hurt them, or will it just not allow them to pass?"
They may very well fall to their doom. But barring that, they should be fine.
I think I'm going to sit on that stump over there.
You hear another voice as as Byzanthine goes into the castle. She doesn't open a door. She just kind of fades through it, and it also does that same rippling effect. And as you're saying that you're going to sit, there's another voice behind you that goes, "I wouldn't." And goes, "Man,
I mean,
it's been a while since we had fresh meat."
oh,
Hold on.
hello.
Howdy. Is that what you say? Was that the time that you're from? Good evening. Fairly well. I don't know.
Good
Which
enough.
one to use the fleshiest? You've got half a horn. But you're tall. And this 4-footish looking goblin is just staring you all down like your food.
Marrow's gonna draw a sword.
He goes, King Select, you needn't worry. You're welcome to pass. I mean your friends no harm. They only mean themselves harm, and I'm here to figure that out.
Betty puts her hand on the hilt of her short sword and goes, I wouldn't recommend it.
This is going to be great. Now, who
I
would
will
like to go
feed
first?
you your own arm
My dear.
if you're hungry.
I'm only hungry for what falls below. Alive is no fun. They squirm too much. I've tried. But if you don't pass the bridge, you're not going to make it. All I'm here to do is make sure you pay your dues. Please, it's quite
Bridge
simple.
trolls.
We're talking to the bridge troll. The bridge troll looks and goes, who's first? And he walks over to like the edge between the marbleized bridge that was formed and the gold path that lies before you.
What types of creatures can't pass?
I think there's only one way to find out.
Marley
I mean,
is
sorry, go ahead.
going to loop Beatrix's arm, and if I have to make a strength check, I will if you fight me, and start walking through.
As soon as you would go
Okay.
to take your first step, your foot reaches no solid ground. Go ahead and roll a dexterity saving throw, or you're just gonna fall.
Yeah, not seeing them at all. I look at her and I'm like, I mean, I figured somebody who lives here would know, and kind of points at Morrow.
Given that you're being pulled, I'm gonna say that you're not falling off, but you can make a straight saving throw to keep her from falling if her dexterity's bad.
My dexterity is a 19 plus 8.
Okay, you successfully.
I don't know what
catch
that is,
yourself.
but it's more than 20.
Yeah, you're good. You successfully catch yourself, and it's more of a stumble, and you're like, "Whoa, okay."
All right. And she's like, step back and is like, all right, we found our answer. There's no bridge. There is.
The troll looks and goes, "Of course, there's a bridge." And like takes a step and like it solidifies like right under his foot with like the little ripple. He goes,
Then
"The bridge
I'm
just
not
doesn't trust
allowed.
you yet."
Trust.
And how do we get the bridge to...
I
Okay.
just have to ask you a question. And
Oh.
if you're honest, then the bridge may find you suitable.
Answer your riddles 3. I understand.
Riddles 3. Psh. Once upon a time, there was a Riddles 3 guy, but he didn't do too good. I believe, to my knowledge, he's still soaring somewhere high in the heavens. We don't worry about him too much. We've since switched up the program, and now we just, we really leave it up to the bridge. Safer that way.
I'd much rather trying to do whatever that.
Wow. No idea what you said.
I'll make it simple. No riddles. This bridge, much like everyone here who is in line with this king, believes in the process of the King's Elect, as does the rest of the Fae realm. If you truly are companions, then you should have zero issue answering a question truthfully and honestly. Your dishonesty will show that you're not suitable and the bridge won't let you pass. I can speak to the bridge, I can translate your answers. You can have the utmost trust and faith that I won't lie, because, kind of tap dances, I'm standing here. However, I am hungry, so if you decide to do any trickery or you think you're going to get away with something, then I will absolutely tell the bridge what I want the bridge to hear instead. So, who's first? King, you are more than welcome to pass.
Well, I don't see any other way. Ask your questions.
Who's first?
I'll go.
He kind of reaches his hand out for you to take. It's like scaly and like leathery all at the same time.
Cole has an issue.
Takes his hand.
Immediately pulls you onto the same platform that he's standing on, and then he takes a step back, and then like the platform, another like golden platform appears underneath his feet. And he goes, "All right, now that we've had contact, I can see into the depths of your soul." Just kidding, just kidding. That's not true. But I do have a little bit of like your history. It's kind of a mind reading thing that I like to do. Now then, tell me this, Raven. Why are you really seeking so much power?
She kind of like looks behind her shoulder at everyone else. So that I'll never feel powerless again.
So you're not really here for the King's Select, then. You're really here for yourself, aren't you?
Yeah.
And where do you think that's going to get you?
Probably back where I started.
Well, only time will tell. You see him like get down on all fours and whisper something to the bridge, and then he goes, "You're free to pass."
Raven's going to kind of just put her head down and walk forward.
He jumps back on the
next,
first
me next.
little gold one, and looks to Marlene, holds a hand out. He goes, "You're about my size. Probably not as tasty."
Are you not tasty?
I've never tasted myself. Is that a thing that mortals do?
Some of them. She puts her hand out and
Pulls you
grabs
onto
his.
the platform and jumps back onto another one. He goes, "Oh, interesting. You don't know what you're doing. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. When are you going to tell your sister that you hate her?"
When she'll be able to understand the reasons why.
You don't trust that she can understand the reasons why?
I don't trust that she won't take it the same way in which I wish to change it.
And do you believe that calling yourself a gift, though you do not trust her, is really going to help that?
I don't think of myself as a gift as much as she thinks I am a gift, and I think it is not a lack of trust, but rather a lack of ability to be what I have thought her to be if she were still here. And seeing her still here is jarring, but not untrustworthy, just unpromising.
He goes, yes, that makes sense. You're placating to a fantasy, right?
Mm. Wishes, but fantasy nonetheless, yes.
Interesting. And did you not wish the King Select dead when he almost struck you down?
No.
Or is that something else you're placating to?
He was justified in his beliefs to kill me.
The road will be justified in its belief to kill you, should you wish to betray the King Select. But you may pass.
She kind of, brushes off her dress and steps down off the platform and onto the bridge and,
Goes across.
thanks the bridge. I think the bridge before.
Addie walks up to the... Oh,
no, you're good.
yeah. Addie walks up to the platform and holds out her arm.
He grabs it and he goes, oh. And he grabs it a second time, he pulls you over, and he's like, you carry quite a lot. That's most unfortunate. Most people who carry things like you do end up in hell. Tell me, have you met your grandpa?
No, I've never met any of the family that I know of.
Interesting.
Who's my my mom gave me a scroll with my great, I think 3 greats, maybe 4 grandpa's name on it, but I never met him that I can remember.
4 great? Did he do something more? This is just for me personally. I don't
I
understand.
don't know. She gave me a family tree and I haven't figured it out.
How many grandpas do you have? How does it work? When you breed, do you guys have really
like a tree, like a lineage?
Trees don't have lineages. They just
okay, like branches of a tree, yeah.
Branches of a tree.
Yeah, it's like a line. I have my parents. Listen, I don't have time to go into that level of genealogy.
He goes, it doesn't make any sense.
Her father's father's father.
Oh, why didn't you just say that?
No. Mom's side.
Your mother's mother's
there you
mother's.
go.
My mother's father.
Your mother's mother's father.
Yes.
Had a sex change?
No. That was my great grandpa.
Your great grandpa had a sex change.
No.
He just looks at you like, doesn't matter.
The only one whose name I have,
important.
that's all.
It's not important. Back to the bridge questions. And God, mortals. And he goes, well, I guess what's really puzzling the bridge is, why are you still here?
Because while there are people that have insisted on utilizing me for my entire life as nothing more than a tool, I can either play to that and continue to be their tool, or take a stance and show people that you can rise beyond that.
Sounds like a waste of time, personally. But it's your time. What do you plan on doing with the rest of it?
You believe there will be more?
Time? That's all you really
quite
have.
A time-consuming
Mortals are the ones concerned with it. So how do you plan to spend it? Worried about those who don't worry about you?
Hopefully finding people that will worry about me as much as I worry about them.
But you don't believe that our King Select worries as much as you'd like him to. Are you sure you don't want people to fit your mold?
I believe he has a different concept of care.
How much time have you spent trying to learn that concept? Because you're here now. And if you think his antics are strange, you haven't tasted anyone yet.
His makes sense. From what I know of him.
I hope.
Yeah, I'm rather dull. I just fight
Granted,
things.
until today, we just believed he was a freed slave. We had no idea that he was a King Select.
He was selected to be king. He is a King Select.
We did not know this. This was never revealed to us until about 30 minutes ago.
And to give all credit, how could he know? Time in the Fey realm works a little bit differently. As far as he or you or anyone else here is concerned, this could be thousands of years into the future and affecting things in your world right now. This could be far into the past and then becoming a slave afterwards. Time is not a factor for the Fae. So I ask you once more, what do you really intend to do with the time you have left?
I need to find more information about everything.
Be careful what you find. It may change who you think you are. But until then, enjoy the timeless realm of the Fae. You may pass.
She just does a curtsy and skips along onto the bridge.
So, just two left. The slightly horny one and the one that looks a little upset.
I'm just gonna answer your question.
Oh, he goes to grab your hand, and like as soon as he touches, he like pulls his hand back and goes, "Ah, you're a strange bedfellow, but well, companion's a companion." He grabs your arm and he pulls you onto the platform, and he goes, "All right. Where to begin? Biases aside, why do you care so much about our king? I've seen your past with him. You wish to relate, connect? It's trivial."
It's really quite basic. He's fought alongside me towards a common goal. I feel it's only fair to fight alongside him towards a common goal.
Was the sex good?
No, we haven't even
Oh,
fucked.
the sex was bad.
Oh my god.
Hmm.
No, we didn't.
Oh my god.
What?
I just... Are you indebted?
It's a like a honor code, a loyalty code. We've shed, like, we fought together. We've had each other's back through that. So I really don't have much anything else to do
Oh, you had his
except
back.
apparently try to reconnect with a sister that hates me. And
Think of her as more of a magical mercenary.
Yes, but her magic is poison to the ichor of the Fae.
I
would
understand
be fair
that.
to question why, in particular, this one, and maybe the one behind, feels so indebted to be here. It doesn't make sense to neither me nor the bridge, if I'm being rather frank.
The one behind, the slightly horny one, as you called him, stumbled upon his magic by chance, actually.
Ah, okay.
But the small one made a choice. I can't speak on that.
My father was a soothsayer in a small village, and I learned from him. I briefly, on the exploits with the King Select, have been made privy to knowledge about some of the extreme sects of the belief path I follow, but I have not engaged with them because I was taught more old school, I guess.
I see. And how many more family members is it going to cost you? You've already lost 3.
I don't know. I don't know that. I didn't know they were connected, to be honest.
Everything in this world is connected, and the next. The sooner you accept that, the sooner you'll eventually realize that your story is no more important than anyone else's, and yet all the more important because of it. Doing nothing in the wake of those you care about will only end in destruction, but doing the wrong thing can be equally as bad. My concern is you and the King Select are not family. So if you would so easily discard your own family, what would you do to our king?
I discard my family. My husband was murdered.
Your ignorance has allowed you to accept beliefs that are not entirely true. You've been looking for a way to find your eldritch beings, and you found it. Completely unbeknownst to whatever these Narabalans believe. And yet, you still choose to follow them. Your sister has been before your eyes all of this time, and yet you choose to not believe, to doubt, to hesitate. You are spineless. Your husband may have been murdered, but what did you do to find out? What do you think your son has done in the wake of that? What impression have you left? What importance have you placed in his eyes? Don't worry, you don't have to answer all of those. Just something to think about as you cross the bridge.
Thank you for the insight.
It's not mine. I read it in you. Turns to the half-horny one. You're a bit tall. I mean, can I reach his hand up? I'm willing to bet you'd still taste the best, though.
Thank you.
You're
Take that as a compliment.
It's supposed to be.
And then I hold out my hand for him.
He grabs it and he pulls you onto the platform. He goes, ah, yes, King Select, I see what you mean. The magic is not unfamiliar to you, but new. Definitely new. You've not chased this, but you definitely have it. But you've not chased much. In fact, you seem to run away from things, don't you?
I mean, to put it bluntly, yeah.
The lives that have been lost because of your inaction is not something that I, nor the bridge, really abide by. We're Fae. We keep to our word, no matter how fun it may be. But you swore an oath. And when things got real, you broke that oath. And there's no oath for you here. What blind loyalty leads you now?
I allowed those that really depended on me down, and because of that, they're no longer in the realm of the living. And God forbid I lose anybody else. One of my closest friends, whether she believes it or not, she means the world to me because she's been around for so long, and despite how reckless I am, she hasn't left my side, and God's forbid I let anything happen. And with the rest of these, I just wouldn't want to see anything happen to people who have entrusted me with even the smallest amount of respect and somewhat dependency to go down that same path I allowed before. So call it blind or call it just intense caring for others.
Intense caring for others, and yet your inability to change has been the downfall of others. What will that lead if you continue down this bridge? Are you who you need to be for them?
Excuse me.
I think the deeper question is, am I who I need to be for myself? Because if I don't even know what I'm doing anymore now, how can I be anything for anybody else?
You're too busy looking for purpose without realizing it's going to find you. But you cannot look at your friends as trivial matters to take care of. It's not wholesome. It's not genuine. And you're not going to get the answers that you seek operating in that fashion. You're going to cause more hurt.
And kind of unfortunately see that already, so definitely trying to figure out how to not do that anymore. As he kind of like rubs his neck where the key is branded into him.
This Fae in particular doesn't really know what it is. He's just not really saying anything in regards to it. He looks at you and he goes, if you're unwilling to be the change that you want to see, you and everyone you care about will die again. Is that what you want?
I'd rather die 1,000 times than let that happen again.
Your words do
No.
not reflect your actions. Charging in headfirst in a place that you don't know, speaking out of turn to those you are not aware of, these are all things that can very quickly end your life here. Fae, do not negotiate. Either they're holding all the cards, or they're straight to the point. Remember that. You're not going to succeed here. The ground kind of shakes a little bit. King Select, I don't think this one's fit to follow. But the bridge says the choice is yours. And I'm hungry, so you should choose.
Listen, in order for us to do what needs to be done here with the least amount of chaos, I think it probably is best if I stay behind.
No, you're coming with us.
Are you sure?
Absolutely.
Well, the king has spoken. I guess I'll go fishing instead. He kind of sighs and pulls out a hat from one of his pockets that looks just as bad as the rest of his stuff. He kind of fixes it on his head and it's got cut out for his ears and he kind of pushes them through. And he goes, alright, go ahead.
Raven's gonna look back real quick.
Sorry.
Do you ever eat mice?
No, what? What's wrong with you?
Just curious. She walks forward.
Patty goes, happy fishing! And then turns around to follow Morrow.
The bridge like dissipates as he's standing on it, and he waves to you guys, and then you just see him drop. Way off in the distance, you can hear like bloop, like a little water drop. Before you is this huge castle, and there's a door that looks very much sealed shut. The castle is gold and white, and the gold and white is moving with that same marbly effect as before. The doors don't open, but you can probably phase through them, much like Byzanthine did.
Marley is... No.
I'm going to walk towards the castle doors, and right before walking through them, I'm going to turn around to everyone else and say, welcome to my home.
And he walks up and pokes a finger at the door
It ripples.
to see if it phases. Oh! And she just walks through.
Before Raven follows Addie, she's gonna look at Morrow. Well, since all of my dirty laundry is in the air, I'm here for the Fey Relic.
That's a pretty good thing to go for if you're gonna take anything.
I just want to see if it exists. The power that's wielded here is unmeasurable.
Oh, I'm sure it exists.
I intend to bring it back with me.
Well, at least you're honest about it. And I'm just gonna walk through the door.
Raven, if Morrow wins, he'll be king. I imagine they have that stuff on lock. You could probably get it.
We shall see.
Wait, B, did you already walk through the door? Alright, cool. Marley is going to do a little sidestep into it just to see what the half and half looks like in the door and then go through.
Right, like in the half and half, you can just see yourself, and it's like.
She is giggling on the other side.
Anyone not walk through?
Me, I haven't walked
I had a
through
feeling.
yet. I'm kind of just looking at the grand scale of the door and the castle itself, and just and kind of just like hangs his head and walks through it.
On the other side, there's a huge hall, and it looks like an amazing feast, and everyone is standing. Some are on stools, some are on the table itself, some are standing next to it. There's trees that are like skyscrapers tall going into what looks like infinity. There's its own atmosphere inside. It's definitely bigger on the inside, but far off in the distance, not the distance, but far off at the end, is a throne, and sitting on it is this person here. And he looks and he goes, ah, the would-be king.
We're all waiting.
Who might you be?
Oh no, the music changed.
He stands up and folds in his wings, and he takes off his shirt, and you can see marks and tattoos from Coliseum days. And he goes, well, you better not. As he says this, the atmosphere inside changes from day to night. And half the room stands up and smiles with vicious-looking grins. And the other half of the room is just kind of staring at them, and the tension has immediately flip switched. And this one, he looks at everybody and he goes, "Have no fear. The King Select around beckons you all to enjoy your feast. Games begin." And that's the end of this episode.
Nice.
Why are all your villains so hot?
To make you conflicted.
We'll absolutely try to bang him. Addie, we'll think about it.
We'll think about it. That's going in the
Think about it
journal.
real hard.
Oh my goodness. We're in trouble.
We're in big trouble.
What do you mean? We're just concubines. We're not in
We're
trouble.
not slaves, companions.
This is the King
Marley just
Select
proceeds to
issue.
pretend to sweep the floor.
I don't know why I'm here. The troll
Marley just
doesn't
looks at him
know
and
why
goes,
I'm here.
This is your contact.
Laundry? Like,
We're just here for the ride. Like, you
I
need
can polish your wings for you if that's what you like.
What-
need your bed knob polish? Like, that's Marley. Like,
We're not involved in this. This is on you, dude.
I'm a smuggler, all right? I get in, I get out, and I got the goods, all right? That's all I need.
Oh man.
Yeah.
This is gonna be fun. I wish you the best. So I go somewhere between now and next week. I'm going to not now and next week actually. Before we get into that, for the general population of everyone here, as well as the viewers, we are switching. This is our last Wednesday game of Shattered Memories. So it wasn't on the screen this time, so I almost said Paradise Lost. Time is finicky with this campaign. But with that in mind, we will be switching to Sundays. Same start time and all of that jazz. You'll get the pings if you're in the Discord, so definitely check that out. But I wanted to see if everyone wants to start this Sunday or next Sunday. So either A, we start in 4 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yep. Or B, we
Whatever that
start
is.
in
11.
days.
I can add 7 plus 4.
There will be other streams in between then. We've got at least one R4T plays that's set for the rest of this week. And if we do D&D next Sunday, we'll do 2 R4T plays between then and now. So don't feel obligated for the stream's sake. There's other stuff that we can do. There's lots of other content that we're workshopping to kind of put together. Maybe even a 24-hour live stream. It could be in the works, maybe not. We'll see. Time will tell. But as far as NevaeH is concerned, do you guys want to do episode 16 this Sunday or next Sunday?
I'm going with this one on my vote.
I'm flexible.
I decided.
I want to play in the Fey realm so bad. I just
Me, Lord Gallop. Bring me, Lord Gallop,
I don't think you
please.
remember, but Lord
Ryan?
Gallops is dead.
Yes. I'm
But
But
his
time is irrelevant in the Fey realm, so
So he could be alive.
But
She's
time
like,
is time
but-
irrelevant. You're right.
But Lord
Why
Gallop's doppelganger, please.
Yeah.
Ryan
his
and I have been
unsavory
neighing at
side.
each other, okay?
Yeah, we've been neighing at each other in DMs ever since we got here. So.
Yeah.
Deontay, you're a little quiet. So why do I have the feeling you can't be here this Sunday?
There's so much going on.
Yes.
I'm leaving out of state Friday. I could potentially get on Sunday. I just have to figure out some stuff and adjust.
Okay.
We can plan for something.
We can workshop it for sure. Given the nature of your character, if something is preventing you from playing this upcoming Sunday, I have ways to make your character disappear for a short time.
You go to jail.
Yeah, so no worries. There's
You got
there's
that
so many different
eldritch
ways to
in you.
swing it, so don't even worry. I may have to work on a different stream layout for next episode because the amount of NPCs that will be necessary for each game aren't going to fit in that little square. So your windows might be a little bit smaller. But we'll see. Yeah. Outside of that,
You see it?
tell the people who
No,
you
you
are,
just
who you play, and where they can find you.
Oh, no,
No,
meanwhile, that's crazy.
meanwhile.
No,
I
meanwhile.
really want to. Meanwhile, still, that doesn't go
Oh
well
my
for you ever.
God! Please.
There's never.
Come on, it's what keeps us going until the next episode.
Between you and Final Fantasy, I need my meanwhiles.
I need them.
Okay, I will give you a meanwhile.
Maya has her own theme music now. It's great.
you've awoken
Meanwhile.
all the horse girls in the chat.
Tiptoe through the window, by the window, that is where all become tiptoe.
I don't like that at all.
Tulips with me.
And that's the end of the episode.
On to the instructed things then. Hi, I'm Cole. I play Adriana Andreas. You can find me on Roll for Trauma getting real panicky at least once a week and in our Discord.
I'm Onyx. I play Beatrix Delphine. You can find me on TikTok and Instagram, ICOnyx, and here having American Horror Story flashbacks to that song.
Oh, okay. I'm next. Okay. You said, I'm Marley, also known as Capra Kitty. You can find me on Roll for Trauma streams in the Discord server and on Twitter. F for Capra Kitty. It's the same.
I'm Scarecrow. I'm playing Marrow, and you can find me currently in the Fey Realm on Roll for Trauma.
Deontay. I play Oliver Walian. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok, Dapper_Macon 2.0. You can find me here, going through it, I guess. Ollie's going through some shit this season, y'all. I'm so sad. Our himbo isn't happy anymore.
Hi, I'm Violet, and I play Raven Finley, and you can find me here on Roll for Trauma. Thanks.
Oh, you guys are lovely.
We're fucking delightful.
I'm Eddie. You already know what it is. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Say bye, players.
Bye,
See you all this Sunday. Don't be late. Peace.